to remember what I was doing for a second. We are back with Pillars of Eternity, doing some side mission stuff.
Hail, traveler.
The young woman stands by a cart, watching the crowd with large, bright eyes that focus on you as you approach. Take your time, traveler. If you're looking for enchanted scrolls or garb, you've come to the right place. I'm looking into some disappearances. I hear your sister's gone missing. I didn't think anyone would help me. When Cora disappeared, I tried Dunred Row, the Crucible Knights, even the dozens here. She points her thumb at the large building behind her. No one had time to look for a missing girl then. That was 3 weeks ago. If there's anything I can tell you that will help, just ask. Tell me about Cora. She's my younger sister. Always had a head full of dreams. She was convinced there was something special waiting for her, that she'd be remembered and happy and important. She got plenty of heart, but not the commitment to match. Still, when she got that theater job, I thought she was about to turn around. What was Cora doing around the time she disappeared? She's just gotten into this acting troupe called the... You know this. Concentrate. The Revel of Stars, that's it. She was pretty inexperienced. I think that's why she was so excited to get a role. I'm afraid I don't know anything else about it. When and where did you last see your sister? She was at our house getting ready for a big performance. That was 3 weeks ago. Did you see Cora with anyone when she disappeared? She is very sociable. She always enjoyed crowds. I'm afraid I can't narrow her down beyond that. That's all I need to know right now. You don't know how much this means to me, just to know that someone's actually looking for her. Anything else I can do for you? Let me see what you got for sale. Guys, be careful. Anything else in my stash? No, so I think I sold everything. Okay. Alright, so that's good. Let's look at the journal. What was I just doing? Ondra's gift. Yes, I did Laura. Let's go to Ondra's gifts.
Sure.
I wish we did that. It would automatically take you to the people. Anyway. Just turn nighttime. Owner's gifts. Where do I need to go? Brothel. What would be a good brothel? Nope, definitely not that. The Salty Mast? Either an inn or a brothel, we'll find out. Huh. Is that the dude I was supposed to see? man's fancy clothes are ripped, blood flows from a fresh cut above his eye. He tries to push himself up, but his arm is shaking. He winces painfully. Help him up. Thank you. My head. What happened? I was just on my way to the club. He slowly stretches out one leg, grimacing at a straight knee. It's a rough part of town, but the rabble's never been violence. Even a night with a collie isn't worth this. He limps away. You look like you want to have a good time, honey, and I'm all open for business.
Nothing like this in Gilded Vale. Just Wallaroon of the
You
milkmaid.
don't want to talk to?
Good day to
She
you.
knew what she was doing.
Orko catches you out. A gold hoop dangles from an ear, and his fine, fitted clothes whisper as he glides over to you. You have me at a loss. How could I afford time with such a magnificent creature? What are you talking about? Talk about your magnificent eyes. Perfect lips. Truly, it should be a crime for you to ever close them. He runs a finger along a perfectly symmetrical goatee. What can Orko do for you? You tell me. Some things must be experienced to be believed. Not this time.
Overfried cod, watered ale, and prostitution. A
Oh,
bastion of Deerwooden culture.
Visit new lands, see the sights. I do love travel.
Now to find a home for my other staff.
could do those. Where would you be? Maybe he's upstairs? Let's talk to you first.
Hello.
What can you tell me about this place? Every foreign sailor and visiting villager knows about the Salty Mass. It's the most famous brothel in Defiance Bay. With no more, just ask Maya. Alright. Where are you?
I'll see what I can do. The work of a moment.
Alright.
No problem.
I guess we need to talk to Maya.
Hail, traveler.
I don't see many outfitters like you who aren't looking for trouble. You aren't looking for trouble, are you? What kind of trouble are you having? The kind that's bad for business. Local rowdies have taken to harassing my hardworking boys and girls. And our customers, they started showing up after this rash of Hollowborn and they've been driving my regulars away. There aren't too many who care about what happens in this places like the Gift, but word is you're an exception. The knights are too busy sniffing around Duke Avar to bother with us commoners. You just as soon not deal with their bureaucracy anyway. Tell me how I can help. These thugs tend to roam in groups, which suggests to me that these aren't random incidents. You put a stop to these attacks, I'll find a real nice way to thank you. She winks. Got me? If she means bake us something, my vote's for cookies. I got questions. Shoot. What do you know about these attacks? You only had to step outside to see it for yourself. Those thugs out there are just waiting to cause trouble for anyone coming or going. Maybe they would have let you pass, however. Tell me more about your business. I'm not doing as well as I'd like with all this trouble. I run an honest enterprise. I'm just trying to give folks a little rest and relaxation. You help me out and I'll see you getting a special discount. Can I ask you about something else? Tell me about this. What can I do for a comely lass like yourself? How about you tell me about this place? This here's a Salty Mass, the most famous house of pleasure in Defiance Bay. We've got drinks, beds, and good company to help you enjoy both. Alright, the fuck is this dude? Brought the darling. Let's go about the picture. Where the hell is this dude? There's nothing over here that I didn't see, dude. Was there? Big Dermy. There he is. The man is at a table by himself, but he constantly glances at the opposite bench as if waiting for someone. He reeks of alcohol, and he moves with the torpor of someone who's gotten used to spending most of his time drunk. This table's taken. Find another. Got a question about Lindry. What's it to you? Lindry was your friend. The least you can do is answer a few questions. Yeah, fine. You don't get to get your small claws in a knot about it. So what was it you were wanting with Lindry? Tell me about Lindry. He spent most of his time here drinking with me. Tells you enough, doesn't it? He didn't volunteer details I didn't ask, but he had a working man's hands and a working man's taste for drink. When and where did you last see Lindry? Right here getting drinks with me, just like we have every night for the last 5 years. I couldn't actually tell you much about him. I think he preferred it that way. It's probably why we got on so well. Plenty of things we didn't talk about. Anyway, I remember that night because he said things were finally turning around. He was going to find a steady job, clean up, have another crack at the respectable life. I told him in that case he could buy the drinks. That's when she showed up. Who's this woman you're talking about? Fancy lady's name. Name's Lumdala. I don't remember much these days, but I remember her. Usually you had to pay a month's copper to spend time with a woman like that, but Lumdala, she was falling all over Lindry that night. Left with him, too. You know where they left? She said they were going to town and see some frilly performance. She asked me they had their own plans to perform that night. She said they just had to pick something up at her house in Copper Lane first. Some cozy little place by the northern gate. Even a jerk like me knows what that means. What's worse, she said she earns her coin over at the amphitheater in Copper Lane. That's where she said they were going to see their show. Maybe someone there saw them. That's all I need to know right now. Alright, let me know if you find him. Yeah, because that bastard shows me around if he's found the good life. Brackenberry. Can I get attacked? Anybody here interested in taking me down? Starting a ruckus? People. All right. You guys ever decide you want to see every single soul read? I wish there was audio. They read that, but you know, it is what it is. This should all be lit now. Alright, so let's take you, on
I'm here.
you, shoot,
Hey.
charge straight up the middle. You,
I'm ready. Yeah.
about
Yes?
Ready, Watcher.
Hey. Yes?
alright. Spends all of her time.
Sure.
Welcome.
I don't have time just now. I'm investigating Kendall's disappearance. The little Orlin finally got serious about this case, eh? I'm looking into the disappearance form. What, is that little web too good for a case like this? I'm sure he has other business to attend to. At least he has sent somebody then. Anyway, I'll tell you whatever I can. What do you need to know? Tell me about Kendall. But still, he was a pretty young lad, not the brightest of the bunch, but always pleasant company. And how do you know Kendall? We met up from time to time over the past few months. It was just a fling, really. Wasn't going to last. He was a little fool, but a sweet fool. What was Kendall doing before he disappeared? The worst blazing rendition of the general speech from the Widow of the Wood that I've ever heard. I love that fellow, but he was a tragic failure. Yet somehow he managed to get into an acting troupe. When and where did you last speak to Kendall? A week ago. He came back to my house for a bit of fun. Afterwards, we fell asleep. When I woke up, he was gone. No note, nothing. Have you noticed anything different about Kendall lately? He started hanging out with a bunch of actors. Seemed alright except for that woman. The one with her long, willowy legs, slender arms. Always came around wearing these low-cut dresses and impossible shoes. What was her name? I don't know. I never cared to learn it. She uncrosses her arms and let them fall slowly to her sides. I didn't realize it might be important. That's all the question I have right now. If you think of any more, you know where I'll be. I want to go on some of these other buildings. Begging your pardon. Oh, it's you. Good to see you. Well, we've had a few rough days here, but then we found this place and they were kind enough to hire us both. Things have been wonderful. I can't tell you how much we appreciate what you've done.
Welcome.
Well met. What brings you to the Charred Barrel? Is this your place? My retirement. Used to be a warehouse back when Brackenbury saw more ship traffic, but fell out of use when the area became mostly residential. I inherited it from some great uncle who never had any luck pawning it off on my cousins. Now, it's the most popular spot in Brackenbury. The nobles come to unwind and kith from other districts come to mingle. We get a few rough types too, but they behave in here. Besides, their coin's as good as anyone else's. Who are you? I was a cartographer of the Duke for decades. Crossed the White March half a dozen times and mapped most of the ruins of Thane Bog. Good career, but one suited the younger men. When I came back to Defiance Bay for good, Cliver and a few other friends in the night helped me get the rights to refurbish this place. There's strong ale, quality entertainment, and fresh sea breeze. What more could a man want? Show me your menu. Excuse me. We'll come back.
Right fetching feathers, lass.
Repeat, please, in Adiran. And stand closer so I can grab your neck if you said what I think you did.
That was Isilmir. She likes your feathers.
Thanks, but I'm not interested, Isilmir.
Red-faced young man approaches you. He appears livid and stammers as he speaks. You kill my beloved. This will not stand. Beloved, what are you talking about? Dan and I were to be wed. You will pay for your insolence. Okay.
Ready, Watcher.
I'm ready.
Hey,
Yeah?
how may I help?
What?
Hell is that all about? I don't think I killed anybody. Pretty sure I remembered.
Got it. Quickly and quietly.
Greetings.
Or at least should spend this time getting into character. I was wondering if a woman named Cora was part of your group. Can't say I recognize the name. She suddenly seems focused on the length of her fingernails. That's odd. Her sister said she was part of the Revel of Stars. Maybe, but what would I know about it? My work doesn't require great focus and attention. I don't have time to coach every young amateur who joins our troop for a week. Nah, also Kendall apparently joined your group. He's another friend of mine. Not sure who this Kendall is or why you would malign our talent, but rest assured that we have a process for evoking a satisfying performance even from the most inexperienced players. What about Lendry? Oli said that, he was last seen with you guys. With you specifically. That drunken Ondra's gifts? Men flatter themselves when it comes to the attention of a beautiful woman. The Pale Knight herself could waltz into that bar and he'd believe she was there to sit on his lap and listen to his bawdy stories. That reminds me, have you heard the one about the fish woman and the long-finned ice sucker? Perhaps I should tell this another time. Trust his word more than yours. He has nothing to gain by lying. Nothing gained but a little tavern hall admiration. The men there compete with tales of conquest they can only dream of. But you clearly found his performance convincing enough. I Connor short, nigh to be trusted. Surely there's someone else you can ask about all this, but I'm a humble actor. You're connected to 3 recent disappearances that you claim to know nothing about. Then what else do you expect me to say on the subject? If you excuse me, I have a performance to attend to. The young man steps up next to you. Meet me in Lumdala's house. I know what's going on. Well done indeed. So where is Lumdala's house? Ah, that's this house up here. This is a trap, isn't it? Oh, I've been in here. A young man appears before you, trembling, excited. You, I saw you with Lamdella by the amphitheater. Look, I don't know what your business with her is, but I just went out of this mess. I came by to grab my things. Just let me leave, all right? Take your breath and calm down. Tell me what's going on so I can help. Thank you, but there's not much time. Lamdella's out to get me, and I need to get out of here. Maybe out of the city. This opens a door behind you. There's a passage in there leading down to a theater. It's easier if you see it for yourself. Since I've helped you, I want you to promise that you'll leave my name out of this. First time I ever met an actor, I didn't want his name on everything. All I care about is preventing another disappearance. What you did before is irrelevant to me. Thank you, and good luck.
I'll see what I can do. The work of a moment.
A simple silken scarf crumpled on the filthy flagstones. Essence radiate from it like heat, and the closer you get to it, the more you feel a confusing mixture of joy, surprise, and pain. You hold the scarf and focus on the world around you shifts. Something about you shifts too. The smooth fabric is still in your hands, but you're in a small yet cozy house. Nora is looking from the scarf back to you, asking if you like it. She's smiling because the answer is written on your face. That was 4 years ago, but you still wear the scarf on days like today. After all, you wore it that first day you met the actress with silvered eyes. So who's to say it won't bring you luck again tonight? It's nestled around your throat, soft, warm, comforting. You're halfway through the third act, and you can feel the audience's eyes on you, hungry, attentive. You were nervous at first when the woman brought you down here. You wondered what kind of show you'd sign up for. This has gone better than you could have hoped. You reach the end of your monologue, and the scarf tightens around your neck. It chokes the final line from your throat, which is embarrassing because your debut was going so well. When you try to pull the scarf away, it only tightens further. You're confused, and you look back at the audience, expecting someone to rush to your rescue. Then you see their eyes and that hungry, attentive look, and you understand. The stage fades to black. The scarf falls from your hand flush to the ground, but Cora's soul lingers, stuck between a familiar token and a question. It wants to know, but it wants to retreat. What happened here was a tragedy and an injustice. The soul flashed with pain and anger before fading back into the fabric of the scarf. Well, well, if it isn't our friend from Dinrid Row. How'd you know Dinrid Row hired me? We actors aren't paid for our discretion, you know. I'm sure Cadell made a fine show of begging you for mercy, but he positively outdid himself when I showed up. You're a monster. How could you do this to these people? Quite easily. My patrons appreciate true art, and they pay well for it. The actors, on the other hand, they are nobodies. In death, I gave them purpose. It's not telling that the authorities never bought. It's not. Is it not telling that the authorities never bothered to look for them? Consider this your last performance, Lundala.
Ready, Watcher.
I'm ready.
Hey. Hi?
What?
Wow. That was unbelievably fast.
Got it.
And what does the flame reveal?
Sneaky around just to make sure there's nothing else hidden here.
I wonder what this is.
Okay. There's nothing in here. I go back to Denver Grove and talk to the homie. Kill the other dude on the way out.
Of all the things I've gotten used to, food was the hardest adjustment.
I quite agree. Deer wouldn't oversalt everything and drown it in sauce.
And they burn out all the flavor. Nothing like a raw deer flank.
I'm just assuming this is where I have to go. I should really look at the journal. Yep, I'm good at this.
How do you do?
Found the missing people. Yes, you've been all over Defiance Bay since we last spoke. What'd you find? They were all murdered. A woman named Lamdala killed them as part of her performances. Something big, I knew it. I'll send my men after her right away. Too late for that. She confronted me before I could get to you, and I killed her. Indeed, I can't say I'm terribly sorry. You've been a resourceful investigator, and your shrewdness has helped resolve a most troublesome case, and saved many lives, I'm sure. It was worth it to put a stop to these heinous crimes. I appreciate your zeal. Take this as payment for your service. Finding those people wasn't easy. Surely my help was worth more than that. I'm authorized to give you a little more. The Without your help, this would have sat on the back books for a long time. Sweet. I kind of want to keep going here. I guess I'll sit outside the sanitarium. That'll be the next area I explore, which is here. Let's go here first. Rest before I go into the insane asylum. Because some of my peoples are a little tired.
Gods keep you.
Alright, and this is where we're going to stop for today. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this. When we come back, we'll do explore the sanitarium, which is one of those places that I've received a vision of. Figure it out, go take out everybody, and, you know, stop some animancer plots. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you guys did like what you see, you know what to do. Leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really means a lot to me. Helps the channel grow, and I do appreciate it. Till next time, I love you guys. Y'all the best. See you soon.
Strange place for a shrine to Abidan, Crucible Keep. Maybe it made more sense at some point before it gathered all that dust. And the only thing the Knights of the Crucible worship these days is the nobility, as far as I understand it.
Knew some soldiers who got recruited by the Knights after the war was over. They told me about some of it. They got these young kids in there. They tell them about blacksmithing and about the revolution and about tradition. Talk about the golem, like he created the Crucible Knights in his forge to go win Deerwood's independence. Then they join. It turns out all any of those knights ever talk about is, when are we going to get recognized as a real knighthood? When are we getting our titles in our land? Their High Justice wants to be an earl. Says it's Abaddon's will. He's got a castle and an army. You wonder how long he'll wait before he starts a war over it. Saying Abaddon told him to. The nobles will respond that their gods tell them that they're the only true nobles. Trouble with having all these gods is you've got to support no matter how dumb your ideas are. Maybe we had the right idea of blowing some of them up. Less of them to hide behind. Alright. Till next time, y'all are the best.